I always honk and wave at them and pretend I'm a celebrity.
You
like,
are.
Everybody say hey to Lolly. They're like, boo. I was like, ooh, I think I have gas. I was like,
it's not. Hey guys, welcome back to Full Coverage, your favorite podcast with your hosts, Wolverine and
Deadpool.
Yes. Hi, you guys. Me and Laura decided to do some Wolverine and Deadpool cosplay for the sake of Wolverine 3. Nope, Deadpool 3.
Deadpool 3. Can you guys hear me?
Laura, it's so muffled. Like, we cannot even hear you.
Okay, for our listeners, I have a Deadpool mask off, which for the visual,
it's sickening.
And then we're going to lose the mask, but it is sickening.
It looks like, I feel like for the visual, like, it looks great. Like, we both look fantastic. I tried to do the Wolverine hair. Couldn't do it. I tried so hard to do it. I couldn't. Like, my hair is trained to go one way that it always goes. So the other side was like, bitch, are you crazy?
I really want you to put this mask on when we're done.
100%. Because that looks like death.
My eyeballs are here. I just have my eyes closed talking to you because this is my forehead.
Laura, it's crazy because like the way you're moving with the gloves, it literally looks like Wolverine. It literally looks like Deadpool. I'm not even kidding you. It like literally looks like it. But I feel like before we do peaks and pits, we'll take off your headpiece.
Are you ready for the RuPaul reveal?
And 3, 2. Why is that even great like that? It's like hilarious.
It totally took off all my makeup.
Oh, we're gonna have to retouch.
As well, I have vision. I'm like, I'm back.
Look at your little gloves. Does it look so funny? Like
they're great. The gloves are so good.
The costumes actually turned out really good. We actually got these from cosplay websites because we wanted it to look good, like not just like a Party City one.
Yeah.
And these look freaking insane.
They do. They look very real.
My arms are pretty good too.
Like we could literally save lives in these
We
outfits.
could. I think that we are. We're gonna start saving lives.
I just went through something. The mask.
That was like a
it's awful.
It's
faulty.
It's definitely because if your eyes are
my eyes were in the cheeks.
Or do you have a small face?
Ooh, that definitely could be the case.
That could also be the case because you have a little head.
Definitely could be the case. Mm-hmm. But okay. Well, before we do peaks and pits, I'm gonna readjust really quick just so we have a good clear episode going.
We will retouch.
And I will be right back.
Okay, we are adjusted. We are ready to go.
I'm back, baby.
Who would have thought that these would be like quite uncomfortable?
They are terrible.
I like didn't realize that these are like such uncomfortable like cosplay
I
costumes.
feel really bad for Deadpool and for Wolverine now.
Me too.
All those years wearing this shit.
I bet you like theirs is higher quality
and worse.
But
it's
probably worse.
They have
Heavier,
to literally get
thicker,
cut out. Yeah.
Get cut out of there. So today, guys, we're doing a rapid fire. We're in our Halloween costume, but it's the day after Halloween.
Which, I hope you're enjoying listening to this as you're decorating for Thanksgiving.
While watching us in Deadpool and Wolverine
costume.
But I feel like it works. It looks great.
You know what? Who saw Deadpool 2 is what I want to know. Or 3.
3.
Who saw Deadpool?
It's so incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Like that's why it was like such a fun like idea to do Wolverine and Deadpool because they basically team up in the movie. It's like Deadpool Wolverine. So good. That's why we wanted to do their outfits from it. And she's Lady Deadpool.
I'm Lady Deadpool.
Yes. It looks great. I think we look great. We're uncomfortable.
And that is how you know you look good. Is when you're when you're uncomfortable, you look great.
We look great. And we look fantastic. So we feel like shit. But I love it. Today, so let's do peaks and pits first.
All right.
Obviously, let's start the episode off.
Me and Manny wanted to talk a little bit about Korea because we just got back from our trip and it was fabulous.
Honestly, the trip was so incredible. We went with Laneige and it was like amazing.
I really didn't know what to expect in Korea just because I've never been there before and I've only seen like a few TikToks off of it. But you know what's something really interesting I have to say about Korea? I was telling Ty whenever I got home, I was like, I kind of sort of feel like I could live in Korea before I could like live in like Italy or the UK. And it's because there are a lot of similarities with Korea and the US, whereas like everything is at your fingertips. Well, especially LA. Like we live in a big city in Korea. We went to Seoul, which is like a huge city in South Korea, and it's just like Ubers and like every food place and like every little thing you can think of is just like right there at your fingertips. And like they even have a lot of American, like one of their biggest fast food places is Popeyes, and like they have one.
We saw several.
Like all the 7-Elevens, and like in America we eat a lot of Asian food. So like I already eat a lot of Korean food, and I love it. So I was like, I don't know, I kind of felt like very at home there in a weird way, although it's so different, but they had so many similarities.
Also, they're so nice, and everyone is very sweet there, and it's very clean in comparison to like here. Like you walk out in our city here in like Hollywood, it's like literally riddled with like literally trash.
It is a literal dumpster fire.
And there it's not like that. It's literally like there's people literally out there sweeping the street. Like we saw us like a guy who was like sweeping the street, and I was like, it's so clean here. It's so nice. So it was honestly great. The experience was so cool.
The food was absolutely delicious.
It was divine.
And I will say all their stores, the makeup, skincare, clothing, so much cheaper than the US.
When we went to Olive Young, and we both got like so much shit, and it ended up being like $150 US, but it could have been here. It would have been like $400 more. It's crazy. Like the dollar goes quite far over there.
Yeah,
I feel like
their stuff just isn't priced as high as ours. We even went to some streetwear stores and some makeup stores and all that, and everything is just priced so much lower, so you can do like actually so much more shopping. People were absolutely lovely. Laneige took us to do, you know, the custom foundation experience, the custom lip experience. They got our color analysis done, which Manny was what were you?
I was, oh my gosh, a deep winter.
You're a deep winter. So the deeper cool tone colors look best on Manny. And I was warm autumn, which for me, she liked warm tone pastels, which I kind of didn't expect that.
But when she held it to you, they
looked
looked
really
like
good.
Insane. Yeah.
It looked
and I feel like
good.
I've seen you in a lot of like gorgeous like beiges, and that's kind of basically what that is. Like when you're in a beige, that's supposed to be like one of your best colors. Is like that warm beigey tones. And she was basically telling me that like the closest to black I can get.
And you're like, great.
I'm like, I'm already there. Babe, I'm already there.
You're
This
like,
is actually one of my worst
favorite
colors.
color. Yeah. And this, I'm not supposed to wear bolds, even though I wear bolds all the time.
Yeah.
It's not to tell you what you can and can't do. It is a simple, what is the most flattering colors to play with. Like it is not a do and don't whenever you get your color analysis, because people are like, oh my God, are you never going to wear these colors again? And I'm like, absolutely not. It's a guide. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And
it's
like,
a guide.
You can take it seriously or you don't.
Or you don't.
You can just
it's really not that deep.
Yeah. And he was telling me like, oh, like you're just pulled more cool. Like that's just what you're going to be, is like more cool vibes. That doesn't mean I won't wear gold jewelry sometimes. Like I'm going to still do whatever the hell I want to do.
Because gold reads a little more warm. And she was showing me some colors. It was pretty cool that like honestly bring out my dark circles. Like she was like, see all these cool tones are pulling like a darkness from your under eye. So that's why some of the other colors are a little more complimentary. But overall, it was just like the coolest experience. What was your favorite part of the trip?
It's crazy because we actually did so much in like literally 2 days that I feel like we lived 4 lives there. My favorite part would have to be when we did that. What was my favorite part? I loved when we just like went and ate at like chill places, if that makes sense. Like when we had like some free time in the morning and then free time at night, and we like went to like 7-Eleven and we went to go find our own food. We got like these like dumplings from this one place that were like insane. Ramen at 9 a.m. We were literally just like living the Korean fantasy. So that overall, just like being there was just like my favorite experience. What about you?
I really like when brands do smaller experiences, and I know that sounds crazy, but there was one night we were there and they just had us all like in pajamas decorating shoes, and I think it's those times when you get to know the other influencers the most, and you get to know the brand the most, and like you have the most fun. So like that was one of my favorites. But I will say with like me and you going out, my favorite experience, it was our 9 a.m. ramen. We wanted ramen so bad, but see, 9 a.m. over there was like the afternoon for us, or like night. So like it was time to eat ramen, but they were saying like you can get ramen there anytime.
And that's normal. Like to get ramen at 9 a.m. is like very common.
So we found this hole in the wall, which we were warned the hole in the walls are the best place to get your ramen. Like it's going to taste the best. And you just order it off a little machine and boop, it comes out. And oh my God, it was, I think, the best meal I had there. Which is crazy.
It was our first meal we had there, and it could be our best one.
Yeah, it was our first meal and the best meal.
The ramen was just crazy. Like the fucking bulgogi, the beef like that they gave with us, like it was just crazy. Like the meals, like were so obviously authentic and just absolutely incredible. So overall, it was just a 10 out of 10 experience. Like, it was so much fun. And we weren't, our policy of like in 4 days and out. Yeah. It was very that.
It was like a 4-day trip.
So it was great.
It was so good. What's your pet?
Being jet lagged still. Oof. I'm a little jet lagged, which is so weird because I don't feel like we were there that long. But for some reason, like I get really tired in the middle of the day. Not like, let me just take a power nap tired. Like I get like tired. Yeah. But we just got back like 3 days ago, I would say.
Yeah.
So I'm still like a little in that like a little lag zone.
Yeah.
So I would get out of it in a few days, but that would be my thing. And the thing is now it's getting dark early.
Oh, that's killing me.
It's like literally yesterday when I look, it's like 6 o'clock and it's pitch black. I'm like,
just wait till they do the time change and they flip it and make it get dark at like 4:30. I hate that they do the time change.
I did too. It's going to be really deadly.
Let the farmers wake up early.
Not us.
Not the whole world. Ain't everybody farming.
Well,
isn't that why they do it?
It's all America.
Isn't that why they do it, though, for the farmers? No, agriculture?
I don't know why they do it.
Maybe. I heard
actually,
that.
I think it is actually for the agriculture, but like,
it's an agriculture
we're not
thing.
all agriculturists.
Babes. Some of us are podcasters.
Some of us have full coverage to do. Like,
yeah.
What do you mean? I feel like that part is gonna be tough because even yesterday I was like really tired, and it was only 6 o'clock, and I'm like, dude, I can't nap right now even, because then I'll like ruin myself.
Oh my god, you know what my pit is, and you're gonna love this pit. My plain diarrhea. Girl, it got me, y'all.
I was
me
screaming.
It's so fun. It's so funny because I had a premonition because I was in Target and I filmed it and I'm shopping. For those of you who watch my YouTube channel and saw my Target haul, I'm literally at Target and I grabbed this bottle of Pepto-Bismol and I said, one thing about me is I will never be getting on a plane. I'll never be traveling without a bottle of Pepto-Bismol. You just don't do it. And yeah, you got the chewy tabs. No, I need the liquid because I want it. I just need it to activate instantly. So I bring like bottles of liquid, and my crazy ass, I had 2 bottles of Pepto-Bismol on the plane with me, okay, in my book bag. Before anything else, 2 bottles of Pepto-Bismol, and I had some pizza before we got on the plane, but that's normal.
Yeah, at the airport, airport time is like,
yeah, and it was even like the brick oven expensive pizza.
Yes.
It wasn't even like heavy greasy pizza, like a deep dish. It was just like a little, margarita situation, chill pizza. And I get on the plane, and it was 5 hours into the flight, mind you.
So do you think it maybe wasn't that then?
That's why I wonder, but I didn't eat anything else.
Yeah, that's true.
Did I?
You didn't have anything else. Other than like snacks that we had, but there's no way the snacks are going to.
I had some snacks, I did. But anyways, my stomach was like cramping on this fucking plane.
13
and I
hours.
was like, oh.
A 13-hour flight, by the way.
13-hour. I was like, ooh, I think I have gas. I was like,
it's not. You fart, you're like, oh. It's not.
I tried to make it go away for like an hour and a half. I sat in a ball because whenever I did it, it felt better. I was like, I can make this go away.
No, you can't.
Nope. Meow,
mew, mew. That was literally you coming back. No, Laura, you guys made me laugh out loud because I was like watching something. She went to the bathroom. She watching it, and she comes back and she's like, I blew it up in there.
I was like, I just blew up the bathroom.
And I literally screamed.
Laughing.
And the reason, okay, so I think I got penance from laughing because I blew up on the way back.
Yeah.
Remember when you were in the nap and I was like, Laura.
I'm going to be so for real with you. I was my worst on the way home because it was like day 4 of like, being delusional. And I didn't want to sleep much on that plane. So that way I slept at night. Oh my gosh, I'm just yawning thinking about it. I felt like an outer body experience by the time the plane landed in LA. Like I was like gone. Like when I got home, I literally didn't even feel like I was at home yet because I was so
delirious,
tired and delirious. It actually took me 2 days to feel normal again.
Yeah,
when you get home from vacation, you're just like, ugh, I'm home. I didn't feel like that because I felt like I just was in another world. I was so tired. I was so tired from lack of sleep, and then I slept for like 13 hours. I went to bed that night and I slept for 13 hours.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that like I have been getting like little spurts of like feeling jet lag still, like that time change is very fierce going all the way to South Korea. Like it's an intense time change because the thing is we weren't like doing nothing during the days. Like we had like balls to the wall schedules. So we literally were like boom, 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 boom. Like we didn't have time to really like rest, if that makes sense, to acclimate to their time. So the second we start acclimating, we go back.
Yep.
So it's like, whoa, like it was an intense thing. Honestly, I could have stayed an extra day.
Yeah, we
100%.
But it's tricky because you don't know, because a couple of the other influencers booked extra days and they were like, fuck, I'm ready to go home. And so it's like tricky. Like you don't know until you're there if you want to stay or not.
Yeah. And it's like, I would have been nice to have like one extra day. Like let's say go shopping.
One extra
and like
day.
do like more, like not touristy stuff, but just like kind of do like.
I love tourist
that
stuff.
experience.
Sometimes I do tourist stuff in Los Angeles. I just
like
love being a tourist. Like when our friends come in town, we'll like take them down Sunset Strip and like walk around.
Show them like Rodeo.
You know what I've always wanted to do?
What?
Maybe I'll make you do it. I've always wanted to do the Hollywood tours where they're in the vans.
Yes. I've never done one before either.
I want to know what the fuck they're telling these people. All the lies.
You know it's lies.
You know it's all lies.
No, we go on there, we're like, lie.
Lie. Bitch,
Liar.
that's a lie. We live here. But I always honk and wave at them. And pretend I'm a celebrity.
Laura, you are.
I'm like, everybody say hey to Laura Lee. They're like, boo.
Everyone, Laura Lee just waved at you.
They're like, who the fuck? No, I always have wanted to do one of those so bad.
Laura, that would actually be really, I think it'd be a fun experience. I think that's why they do it, because it's like a fun thing. Obviously, they're always blown out. Like, they're always busy as hell.
Yeah.
Like, I see those Hollywood tour signs, the little TMZ on the side.
Yeah, I want to get in there. I want to know where they're going.
You want to give the tour.
They're all over LA too, by the way. In the summertime, my God, like everywhere you go, they'll be riddled. They riddle the city with
all the like every like hill you see, like there's a fucking, there's one going up that hill. There's one on the street. Like it's
Venice, all of it.
Wild.
Loads of them. Beverly, they're everywhere. It's a plague.
It really is.
It is. They overtake the city.
But it looks fun.
It does look fun. That's why I want to do it. I just want to see what they're being told, what all lies they're being told about LA.
Or what if we find out things that we like didn't even know.
Yeah.
And that were real.
Yeah.
That we can be like, bitch, that's where we live.
I want them to drive in front of your house and be like this.
They throw eggs at it. They egged my whole house. They're like,
yeah.
This is where
You know what I think is really cute? The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. If he sees one, he'll film himself. He'll pull up and he films it and posts it on his page. But he'll be like, "Y'all see any celebrities today?" And it's so cute.
Oh, and literally they're screaming.
Because he's like the most like The Rock. You know what I mean? Like everyone knows who The Rock is. So it's so cute whenever they realize who it is. They freak out.
I know they're all like clamoring like.
I think it's so sweet that he does that though, because they're going to talk about that for the rest of their life.
100%. Like what a story to have.
What a story.
And that's like such good like that's sweet. Like it's an endearing thing for The Rock to do and to post. Mm-hmm. It's like nice to know that he does that.
It is.
We should do that.
Bitch, we ain't The Rock.
We pull up. I'm like, y'all see any celebrities? We're like, no. Thank you so much to Shopify for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. You guys, Shopify is the best all-in-one commerce platform capable of handling your business complexities no matter how big you grow. You guys, it is the best converting website literally ever. We both use it. We love it from MrBeast and Lunar Beauty. And you guys might be thinking like, oh my God, migraines me such a hassle. I don't want to do it. But Shopify app literally has migration apps to help you migrate.
What I like so much about Shopify is like how user friendly it is. Mm-hmm. I'm not a very tech girly, but whenever I go on there in the back end, it's so easy to use. They just have everything built out, and it's really the all-in-one commerce platform to build, grow, and run your business. So if you guys want to check out Shopify, sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/full coverage. That's all lowercase. That's 1 month for just $1 at shopify.com/full coverage. Shopify.com/full coverage. Okay, today we're doing rapid fires.
Baby, we have so much going on. Like, there's just there's always pandemonium.
The girlies are always
the girls are battling.
It used to be us that always act up.
Girl, look at us now.
Just reading about the time.
Literally just reporting other people's bullshit.
Yeah,
or just
God.
Showing, like, I was like, it's
thank
not
God.
even us in it anymore. Like, it's just, we're just living.
Oh my God.
Which is honestly so lovely.
Full circle, babs.
Oh, full
We're
coverage.
just realizing this too. 2 years in.
We're not even in it. We gotta talk
if
about it.
If I ever have drama, I won't talk about it.
I was gonna say, I don't think you're gonna report.
I'll be the headline.
Laura Lee in drama.
Baby, if this was in 2018 or some shit, 16, whatever.
It would always be us.
It would always, like, every rapid fire would be about us. That's iconic.
I mean, we lived.
I mean, we had all kinds
we
of
lived,
dramas.
We did.
Had receipt
and we lived
drama.
life. Oh.
We had Morphe discount code.
Girl.
Like, good God.
Hotels.
Was there a hotel one? Ooh.
Remember when I was literally, like, going through a hotel and I thought it was funny to like record someone getting pounded.
No. Oh,
that
was a drama. Everyone does that.
It was a drama back then.
When Ty lived in the trailer park, I used to go stay with him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he lived in a trailer park, and there was this couple out there. We don't know which trailer, but we could always hear them effing. And they would be effing all the time. Crazy.
They were active. Well, the thing is, like, if you're walking through a hotel hallway and the door next to you is literally screaming.
What was the drama with you filming that?
Like that I'm invading their privacy.
Got it.
And
they kind of invaded your privacy. I was like,
actually, no one knows who they are.
Hotel room.
And no one knows who they are.
Well, babes, when you're relevant, they're gonna pull.
They're pulling.
They're gonna pull anything.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Rosanna Pansino. She came on full coverage once.
She did.
She should have done the full expose on MrBeast back then.
I
think she was at the tip of the iceberg now.
She was, I think, at the tip of the iceberg.
I think she was at the tip of the iceberg then.
Or like, it was definitely like, it was brewing, I would say, at least. But she has been...
She used to be a cooking channel, and now I would say majority of her socials is taking down MrBeast.
100%.
Just to make it plain as day. I think she switched careers. I did see her make a cooking video recently, and I was like,
in between.
Yeah, I was
like, hey, I'm still nerdy nummies. I'm still nerdy nummies, bitch.
I see you. Mm-hmm. I see you making that.
It's like in between the takedowns. It's like,
she's like, this week, Con. Oh, no, we're cooking.
We're cooking today.
I love that. So she got released a bunch of documents from MrBeast. It's called Telegram Company Chat situation, and it is an inner chat with a MrBeast company. Now those documents got released to her, I believe, by an employee.
I
believe that's how she got them.
All those things got sent by like an employee previously. So a lot of things have been coming to Rosanna because people have been like working with MrBeast or his company or whatever, have been like sending her a lot of stuff for her to expose because they know that she's like kind of like the spearhead of this like expose for MrBeast. And they've been sending it all to her, and like she's showing in these videos like, this is what's being sent to me. And then she asked someone that's there, like the video that she posted literally like a couple days ago, there's like someone there fact checking to be like, okay, this is what this means, this is who this is, to make sure that she's like, doing it and accordingly. So
one of the bigger dramas is Ava, who was like MrBeast's right hand now. Kind of that situation. Employee, but closer.
Very close.
Very close, right? Came out a ton of stuff on this person exposed, and MrBeast like basically disowned it and put out denounced it. He put out like a statement that was just like, didn't know about it, not a part of it, like removing myself from it. And that's kind of his gist. Well, within the telegram that came out, it's like he very well much knew more than what he led on to, which I'm going to be very honest. I'm not like at the edge of my seat shocked. Like, oh, what do you mean? You did know that this person was crazy? You know what I mean? Or did these crazy things? You know what I mean? I feel like I'm a little less shocked about it. However, there is a lot of speculation with this picture that was sent to the group, the work group by Ava. And this is where I think the bigger drama has unleashed on the situation.
Issue of like how weird it is, because in the chat, she sent a photo of Ivanka Trump, and in the thing, she's like, oh my God, look at Ivanka. I think she's 13.
And I think she's wearing either like a sheer top that kind of shows her boobs, or she's topless.
All the photos I've seen are blurred, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like sheer or was it like topless fashion, because it comes, it turns out this picture is from a magazine article editorial shoot that Ivanka done with GQ.
And she was 18.
It turns out she's 18. She's not actually 13 in the picture. But what Ava was saying whenever she sent it was,
I think she's 13.
I think she's 13. Which I don't know, like, what was Ava trying to say there?
So I think that's the part that's like so weird. There's like what is she saying about that? Like, ooh, look at her, she's 13. Like,
she shouldn't have done this at 13, or like this is wrong. Like what is Ava saying about that?
I don't know. I feel like you like, because it's like moments from a chat that could, like, there could be obviously like more context, there can be more to it, but that's like one of the main things. It's like, oh my God, look at this. But it's like basically they're trying to show like, look at this CP Like obviously if it ended up being true that it was that she was actually 13, that's obviously CP. So they were trying to show like, oh my god, look at MrBeast knowing about this for years, and even him denouncing Ava, like that's all fake, that's all phony. He been you like how she was. You know what I mean? So I think that's like where it's coming from, because these chats are from like 2020, 2021.
Yeah, they're old.
They're old, like they're older chats. But I think that the reason that Ro is like posting these is because to show like y'all think that he's like some reformed person, or he's like, oh my god, I'm taking accountability, da da da. But it's been like this like from the jump, or it's been like this for a really, really long time, and just like an expose of what he's really like. Which obviously we don't know, like none of us really know how he really is, but it's crazy because I saw this like reference on Twitter, and it was like people were saying that MrBeast is the Homelander of YouTube. And I was gagged by that, because Homelander is obviously known to be like, if you guys watch The Boys, I don't know if you guys watch The Boys, Homelander is like really like notoriously crazy, and like has this like thing in his eye. There's like a little twinkle of like craziness, you know? And everyone's like, oh my god, like it's giving Homelander to Homelander. And I'm like, I don't know what makes you guys make that comparison, but that's like what I've been seeing, that it's like people are actually like really excited that MrBeast is getting exposed. So
apparently I saw on Twitter, and Manny, you saw this as well, Rosanna reported MrBeast because of these chats to the FBI. So this is the part where I'm not sure if the FBI, like, what does the FBI do about, I mean, because Ivanka was 18 in the picture, and I get that the point is saying, like, she was still being weird about it, sending it, alluding that she was 13, even though she wasn't. I'm like, GQ can't publish a 13-year-old.
Yeah, no, literally.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, clearly she didn't know what the photo was from. She just saw the photo and sent it in the thing. But I also am curious, like, what does the FBI
where
have
does the
to do?
FBI come in on this situation? I mean, I understand her exposing Ava, MrBeast, knowing about the weird behaviors and the foul things that she did. Totally get that. But it is reported that she reported him to the FBI because of it.
For the chats.
For the Telegram chats. And there are other things in it that's just like nasty behavior, nasty talk, like definitely the craziest fucking work chat ever. And like that's an expose on his own. But I guess the only part for me, I'm like, does Ro know more than what we know?
I'm sure maybe she does know more.
And that's what she reported?
And she's not telling the public. Because it's like, what if like there is more to it, and she does know, and she's seen a lot more, and
that's
she reports that. And it's like, it would fuck up with the investigation, like, let's say, for the FBI, or, like, something could, like, be exposed, or, like, what if she says something and MrBeast sees it, and, like...
I saw just, like, a lot of back and forth on Twitter under the big thread where it says she exposed him, because they were all... Honestly, most of the comments were kind of like, this is not a case for the FBI. Like, that's not what this is. This is like an expose on his character and like who he is.
Right.
But I don't know, because maybe she knows more and she's like, you guys only got half the story, or like, I haven't exposed everything yet. I had so much more that I told the FBI. That could be true too.
And I wonder, like, is the FBI like in charge of like those kinds of things? Like, what is the FBI like in charge of when it comes to like crimes? Like, is FBI...
Is this
Federal
a case
Bureau of
for
Investigation? FBI. Exactly. Is it? Like, that's why I'm curious. Like, I don't really know.
I don't know.
Like, I'm sure the FBI did stuff like with Diddy.
Oh, girl.
Oh, but you know what it is? I bet you because he's a high profile person.
Yeah.
That like it's not just like something as you can't just go to like the police. Like, let's say like
okay.
The Federal Bureau is like it's the entire United States.
Yeah.
Whereas like let's say like she reports him. He doesn't live in California. But she does, so it's like she's gonna report him to the Los Angeles Police Department. Like that doesn't like really
maybe
work.
She had to do FBI.
So it's like if he was, you know, he lives in a different state, that's like a whole different situation.
Yeah.
So maybe that's something to do with. But I was curious. I saw that and I was like, I wonder like if this is a case for the FBI. Like, is that like a thing?
Does MrBeast just like ignore all this?
I mean, he made something about Ava the first time.
Well, about Ava, yeah, he did. But like as far as like what Ro's doing,
I feel like he just ignores it.
Yeah, and just keeps posting, huh?
And that's what it seems like to me. Because it doesn't like, he keeps posting, he keeps like doing his thing. And I feel like, which is crazy because I do feel like it has gotten to like a big point.
Has. It absolutely has.
Now it's gotten like, especially like this week from what I've seen, I'm like, oh my God, I've been seeing it like blow up a lot. And I'm like, oh shit, like this is like a lot happening. I'm like,
does he just like, I mean, it's such a strong male audience. They don't care.
Well, you know, like those young straight boys.
Ooh,
they don't give a fuck about anything.
They don't care.
They don't care about like they literally don't care about anything, especially because like they're young and they're boys. Like they don't like the maturity hasn't hit. You know, and you know boys mature way later. Hopefully,
I'm like,
if we're all lucky, it'll hit later on. Like it'll still hit, but a lot of times like those young boys, like they don't even mature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what his main audience is little boys.
Yeah.
Which makes it even weirder if it's like CP getting passed around. It's like you have little boys as your audience. Like it's kind of strange.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like things going on. Like
well, technically she was 18, but was there CP passed around?
No, but like that was what they were saying. Like originally was like that image was CP, but then it just came out later on that it ended up being that. But that was like the original thing of like, this is literally like CP. Like you're passing around an image of a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
But it ended up not being that. But they thought it was. So that's why it's weird. You know what I mean? Because it's like the intention. The intention. The reality is different, but the intention is weird.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
So that's like all going on, and like the lunchally, what's that thing called?
Him and who teamed up? Logan Paul,
Logan, KSI,
and MrBeast.
Yep.
The three of them came out because MrBeast is all up in the food industry with his chocolate bars, and he does a lot of food stuff. He's like in all the stores. So he teamed up with massive influencers, KSI and Logan Paul, to create like a little Lunchable situation, which sounds random, but MrBeast does do a lot.
He does that shit
because
like
he has a kid audience, so he goes for chocolate bars and Lunchables to advertise to the kids.
So now they have lunch. And then also Logan and KSI have Prime, so they have those connects too.
Yeah,
like food and drink industry.
They're very in the food drink industry.
So they came out with like it's called like Lunchably or Lunchably or something like that, something along those lines. And they have like a lunch company. Tell me why Ro did a video where she's like, "Bitch, there's mold."
In hers?
I think so. I didn't watch her video. I can't like for sure say it was hers. But there's like a whole new scandal of like being like, "Babe, there's literally mold in these Lunchables."
Interesting.
Because there's supposed to be a healthier Lunchable. That's the whole point.
Oh, okay.
And like not
maybe
as, like,
it doesn't
processed.
have preservatives in it, and maybe that's why there was mold.
Oh shit!
Because things mold faster whenever there's preservatives.
Yes. Yeah. Without the preservatives.
I mean, who knows? I'm making a speculation there. I didn't even know he had a Lunchable company. Maybe they're trying to tap in all the
They're
coins.
like, we want to hit every single thing.
Lunchable, energy drinks,
well, Prime is
chocolate
so popular.
bar. It is.
Feastables is popular, so they're like, bitch, let's combine forces.
Coins.
Create a literal box lunch company.
Is there like a huge... I wonder if there's like a huge amount that had mold. You know what I mean? Like a thing with that, or I don't know.
I don't know either. I have no idea. Like I just saw that was like more of a recent thing. That one I just saw today. And I was like, wait, this is wild. Like
it
mold?
really is. Well, I mean, the mold's like whatever. Like maybe one had mold, but I think everything else like layering on is like definitely at the end of the day for me. Whenever Ro won third place and like he totally played that wrong, made it out to be more popular. People won. Like, for me, I was just like, okay, like, I kind of saw who MrBeast was then in a way.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like,
fakes
clearly, yeah. Well, I get everybody fakes the content to an extent, but I think that's taking it a little too far when you're involving influencers and winning, and like that's way too far.
For sure.
Could you imagine... Like having a bunch of influencers do all this, and then you were just gonna lie about the winnings, like of course,
or like the ranking, or like how it went.
Ranking, of course, that's gonna blow back on you. Like, how would that not blow? You think all these influencers are not gonna say anything? So for me, I was like, okay,
but he did because he's such a big creator, so he thought like they're not gonna say anything.
Of course they're gonna say something, but he probably thought like maybe I don't care if they do.
Yeah, he's like, I'm MrBeast.
Maybe.
In my mind, that's
we're
just, like, speculating, obviously, allegedly.
Speculating.
Like in my mind, that's like what I would think, like of his caliber, his size.
Well, that's crazy to think that, because baby, the higher they build you up, the more they want to tear you down. So it'd be crazy to think I'm MrBeast, like in that approach. It would be, you would actually probably think the opposite, because I'm MrBeast. You want to make sure every T is crossed and I is dotted, and you don't want to do something like that. So I found it very brave of him to go, and it made me go like, how many more people didn't win, And also I did find it very weird that he stages. You do have to stage a lot of like where he'll be like, if you can do this, I'll give you $1,000 like in the store, where like none of that's real.
Right. Like you have to stage like some of the
things.
You do,
obviously. Because like you're not going to run into people. There's like weird things. Yeah, you can't do it. And it's just the type of content he makes. Yeah. So.
Like you have like, at least maybe you don't know, but like there's the reality is that a lot of them could be just actors that are acting like they have like know what's going on, or he has friends doing it.
You're not going to run into people in the store that's good for content and that's going to let you film them. You know, like
Most of the
he'll
time
do
you're
like
not
3
doing
or
that.
4 people. Like that does you're not gonna run into that. You're gonna run into people who's either not gonna look or talk or participate, and they're gonna take the money, or you're gonna run into people who don't agree to be on camera, or I don't know. You have to have it pre-planned, like
or
a
you have to be like
pre-production.
licensed out, and you have to be like, okay, are you approving this? Can I use you for content? Like,
Right.
he's at the size where he would have to do those kind of things. So like, even if they were random people, then
They
right
can't
afterwards,
be.
it has to be like, okay, we're going to sign away our fucking
sign away waivers and
Yes.
everything. You can't.
Like, it's too much of almost like of a hassle to do that, rather than just like, let me just hire someone that I know is fine with it.
Yeah, they would never be able to make that content unless they were just hiring people.
But even like with like when they do like the big crazy challenge videos.
See, that's
like,
where it bothered me, because I was like, I think he's really giving away the money. So I'm like, why are you doing it with
It's
your
like
friends? Like, get random people. There's so many random people that would be good for your
And
video
that
that you could
need
interview for it pre-hand and then need the money.
I've seen like him do like where he threw like not like massive creators in it, but definitely like they were creators. I've seen them on TikTok. I'm like, I recognize like half these people as like creators on TikTok. Like,
They're not a stranger
they're
off
not
the street.
strangers off the street. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen them in things before. So it's like, what are you doing?
Babes.
What are you doing?
Well,
So
Rosanna's trying to figure it out.
100%. Well, I mean, now it's become a huge expose of like what actually goes down, like what's actually happening behind the scenes, which is a little fierce.
Thank you to Quince for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. You guys, if you're looking for luxury cashmere for a great price, you have to check out Quince. They're known for their Mongolian cashmere sweaters from $50, and that's not all. They have items priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands, and that includes beautiful leather jackets, cotton cardigans, soft denim, and so much more.
They're actually so geniuses because the ways they're able to do that is by partnering directly with top factories and cutting out the cost of the middleman. So they're able to actually get it from the factory specifically instead of like having to go through someone. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices.
I just received a cashmere vest from there. It's so cute for fall time. I can't wait to wear it out. And it feels like luxury.
Like cozy vibes.
Yes. If you guys want to get cozy in Quince's high quality wardrobe essentials, go to quince.com/full for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/full to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/full. Okay, our next story is Brooke versus Brittany. Is her last name Furlan?
Furlan.
I used to watch her on Vine all the time. Loved her. Thought she was
me too. She was
great.
sickening.
You guys know Brooke from the Canceled podcast. Brooke Schofield. So it's interesting because I watched Brittany's side of the story first because it just popped up on my TikTok feed.
So did I, Laura.
Did you?
Yes.
So it just popped up on my TikTok feed, and I was watching Brittany on someone's podcast. I don't know who the girl is. The thing that killed me the whole entire time, she's calling Tana Tana. I don't know why.
Tana.
I was like, Brittany, there's no way. Brittany, did you really not know her name is Tana?
I feel like she does.
Girl, Tana's like one of the most like infamous influencers out there.
She knows.
But she said it so many times. I'm like, did she forget that her name is Tana, not Tana?
Also, if I saw Tana, I would think Tana, not Tana. So I was like actually confused. Like,
At first, I was like, wait, who's she talking about? I was like, oh shit. I was like, she's talking about Tana.
I wonder, I'm like, is she playing it up like on purpose?
I
or
don't
does
know.
she really not know?
Okay, I don't know. I don't think Tana liked it very much, to be honest with you.
After the clip we saw, I was like,
But I don't think. But that part was interesting. But the story goes at Coachella, Brittany was there with Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee is Brittany's husband. They've been married for a long time. I actually follow both of them. They have a very cute story. Like I like them together. They do like bonsai trees, and they're always in their backyard gardening. They're very cute couple. I like them together a whole lot. And anyways, Brittany was at Coachella. Tommy Lee's performing there, and Brittany leaves a day early, and then Brooke is in Tana's vlog, and she walks up and she's like, I just made out with Tommy Lee. I just kissed Tommy Lee. And it's like, ha ha ha, hoots and hollers, and like, oh my God. And then that's it. Cuts. Everybody's DMing blowing up Brittany going, once the vlog went live. Yeah. Everybody's like, hey, like Brooke kissed your husband. And so then Brittany goes to Tommy Lee and is like, do you know this girl? And he's like, I have no idea who the fuck that is. Like, so they kind of like battle because Brooke went and made up the lie that she kissed her husband. Brooke on her side says, Well, she kind of starts the story with being like, well, you know how we make up stuff, embellished. I can't remember
how we like
what
exaggerate stories.
She said
like,
exaggerate
or like embellish.
What
she said
did she
something
say?
like that. It was something like that.
She was like, Tana, you know how we do that? Well, Brooke was under the impression that everyone knew that they make up stories and that everyone would know that that wasn't true.
Right.
However, everyone would assume that that wasn't true, so it wasn't that big of a deal. When no one assumed that it was fake and everybody thought it was real, and it turned into actually a big deal because 100%. It caused a huge fight between a woman and her husband. And there were a lot of people that are like, well, then don't marry Tommy Lee. And I was kind of like...
It never happened, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what do you mean? Like... Because,
like, I mean, literally she admitted that it didn't happen. Like, in the thing, she was like, you know how it's like... Oh my God, making out with him, like, but you just saw him 20 feet away. But it's like if you say that, like you have to like almost like clarify or follow up with like just kidding.
You have to follow up with a just kidding.
Yeah, or like you follow up with like a.
I think you gotta hit him with the I'm just kidding.
I think you should definitely just to be like responsible
and respectful of other people's relationships.
Yeah, and just be kind of like you know being aware, but like who knows? Maybe do you think she even knew that he had?
I do.
A wife.
I do.
Yeah,
of course. Everybody knows. They're very online.
Mm-hmm.
I do think she knows he had one. My thing for me, like if some girl did that with my man, because my husband's not Tommy Lee, I wouldn't question if it happened. I would be pissed that someone put that rumor out there for other people to think it happened, to perceive that my husband cheated on me because they don't know my husband like I know my husband. 100%. So I wouldn't really go to Ty and be like, but I would go to Ty and be like, do you know this girl?
Like,
but I wouldn't assume. Yeah, exactly. But my problem with the situation would be more that you put out a line to perceive that my husband cheated on me with you, and that didn't happen. So that's where the problem would lie.
Totally, especially because it's like a throwaway lie. It's like a throwaway comment.
It's a throwaway lie.
But the throwaways can become like a snowball effect, and they can become a huge thing and like an actual problem. And the thing is, like, if people don't know that you're kidding about something, that's the part that's like the problem, because it's like you should probably make it more apparent, like, hey, I'm just kidding, or like, haha, hee hee, giggle, JK it off after that. Don't be like, oh my God, I just made out with Tommy.
Yeah.
Like that's like not gonna, like that doesn't fly really. It's not appropriate. But I saw that, and I saw that their video addressing it. Tana the whole time is like Brittany. I was screaming at Tana. I was like, this is so funny. Because she literally was like basically just saying her name wrong the entire time, just like she said Tana's
Which
name
touche.
I thought that was funny.
It was funny.
To me, that was funny. Like,
that was funny to me.
That's hilarious.
Because it was crazy that she was calling her Tana.
Like that was funny to me.
That was
crazy.
Like,
that's hilarious. But I do feel like I think just like shows like that people need to be more responsible with like
clickbait.
Things that they say that they've done.
Yeah.
You know, or it's like being like, oh, like, well, I did this with this person. It's like, but you didn't.
Yeah.
And like you just assume everyone would just know that you're just kidding, but you didn't say just kidding.
Yeah.
So I think that's like definitely like a learning experience for sure. Definitely a learning experience for that. Like I was like, you know what, maybe, you know, we're not gonna say that we made out with someone and we didn't.
Well,
make
we
out
did,
with them.
Especially if they're married men.
Not appropriate.
Not appropriate.
Like you can't do that. You have to, like there needs to be there has to be some responsibility like in place for like.
And Brittany seems pretty upset. Like she's not like doesn't think it's funny.
No, I mean I wouldn't think it's funny.
Yeah.
Like I would be fucking pissed. Yeah. Because then that becomes like look at how big the rumor got.
Oh
like,
yeah, it did. It like people were blowing her up, and like it did go viral on TikTok, and like everybody thought her man cheated on her with Brooke. So it's like you don't want that. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Especially also like being her being like, oh, you married Tommy Lee. Like you
and
don't want to
now
hear that
people
about your man.
are literally condemning her for marrying Tommy Lee when he didn't do anything. So it's like very tricky. And they've been married for a long time. This isn't a new marriage. So they've been together. If you follow the relationship, they have a very cute relationship. And Brittany kind of already went through it whenever the Pammy documentary and all that came out again.
Yep.
So, you know, I'll be honest, I kind of felt bad for her.
Totally. Well, the thing is, I'm at least glad that Brooke was like,
I'm glad she said
she made it
like
up.
On camera, like straight up, like I made up the lie.
I made it up.
And I made up the lie for a story, for embellishing a Coachella story, and I didn't do it. I'm glad that Brooke went on air and said that and like really cleared it.
Me too. So I'm glad that she like done that and moved on.
Well, Tana and what'd she call Brittany?
Brittany or
Brittany
something like that. Or like
and
something like that.
Tana.
Like it was like something like that.
Bitch, I'm dead.
Brittany.
I just still don't know if Brittany was clowning or what.
I
was
don't
she
know.
clowning?
But the thing is, she's funny.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
I feel
really
like
she's a
like,
comedian.
From Vine, like she was like I feel like
But
she would clown.
So dead serious.
Yeah,
in
the
story.
deadpan is so fierce. Like
So
I'm like, girl, I don't even know if she's being for real.
I don't know. What would she call us?
Monty
and
Laura.
Laura. That's my name in
Laura.
Spanish.
Laura Lee.
I'm like, correct.
You'd be like, next.
Next story is Liam Payne apparently recorded a song with Sam Pounds, and it's called "Do No Wrong." And they're releasing it on Friday.
Today. Like when you guys are watching this, it's today. Like the fact that he just passed and they're already like the studio, whoever the hell, the label is already kind of like, I feel like they're like monetizing his death. And it's like honestly really weird to me.
I don't think we need a new song from Liam right now.
It's not the time.
We need to give it a beat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Like, because like, you know, like, let's say like if like they release a song from Michael Jackson now, it's like that's been so long. Like,
yeah,
it's
we've
like,
had
oh my God, people have mourned, they've shown their respects. This feels so freaking
greedy.
soon and greedy, and like the label doing that, it just feels weird.
Is it controversial or people hype?
I think it's like bad.
Oh.
I feel like it's
I
like
would assume.
people I think are like very upset at the fact that they want to do that.
Yeah.
So early on. Like I think that it's like it's too early. Like it just happened, dude. Like it happened like we reported on it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like it's not like it hasn't even been a month.
That's show business
super,
for you. It's
100%.
super cutthroat and
well, the music industry, you know, is like absolutely crazy.
Absolutely
like you know
crazy.
It's insane.
Yep.
And they're thinking like, oh well, he's a martyr to the cause, or like that's clearly allegedly.
Who is Sam
what they could be thinking
Pounds?
that. I don't know actually who that is.
Okay.
I'm actually not familiar with his work. I bet I am, but I don't know the name.
Yeah,
so
if you like
I bet we
heard
can hear
a song.
Yeah. But yeah, they're releasing a song today, and people are like, "Are y'all crazy?
Yes.
Are you like literally on crazy?"
Yes.
Because it's like, y'all, give it a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just don't understand like why they wouldn't like wait a little bit more time.
Me either.
They literally see, but the reason they are is because they want to capitalize on
They're
it.
capitalizing on the media. They're capitalizing on the media. Yep.
Is that he's so searched right now.
What
He's
it is.
so like in all the media that like, oh, let's go ahead and use that.
That's the entertainment because they're in entertainment.
Yeah,
and that's what it's all about. It's about the clicks, the views.
I mean, look at TMZ after like they posted the body.
Like, okay, let's talk about that.
Like that's crazy.
That's
so like
crazy.
Clearly the media's gonna do whatever the hell they want to do to get their money from something and someone.
Gosh, that's so crazy.
Which is sick.
And then our last topic is Shawn Mendes. He's like at his concert and he's playing his guitar and he's kind of talking about his sexuality a little bit. How crazy they chose to do it at a concert.
I literally was gagged when I saw that. I was like, oh my God, I have a chance.
Oh, yeah. Manny has always wanted his chance with Mr. Mendez.
I've always, like, you guys know, I've always pined for Shawn.
And
like,
you've waited patiently.
I've been such a patient man. But, no, honestly, like, I actually really respected what he said, too, about it. Because he was basically saying, like, it's sad because I feel like Shawn is actually bullied for his sexuality in a weird way.
I do too.
They bully him because people think that he's gay because he has more, you know, softness to him. So they just assume that he's gay, right? But he's dated women. So they're like, girl, just come out, like that kind of thing. So it feels like he's been bullied into kind of being like, you guys, like, I don't even know what's going on with my own sexuality. So basically in the concert, he is like, you know, singing in the middle of a song. He's like, you guys, I've had a lot of speculation recently about my sexuality. And like, the truth is like, I don't even know. Like some days I know exactly what I want, what I'm into, and sometimes I don't. And like, I think that sexuality is like such a spectrum, and like it's people try to put things in such a box, and like that's just not what it always is. And I really respect him for saying that because it's so true. And I've always believed, like, especially even from college, like in the Kinsey scale, and like people can fall in different like waves of it. Sometimes you can just be absolutely straight, absolutely gay, but there's people that can fall on the spectrum a little bit and be like, oh, like there's moments when I want to be more with the girl, there's moments I want to be more with the boy. And that's just like the reality of people's sexuality. They're not always black and white. It's not always one thing or the other. So he basically just said that. And I was like, that's just the truth. And I really like that he said that. I respected it.
A lot of people will relate to that too, and I think it's cool that he did it in the concert because, like, after he finished, he was like, honestly, he left it at he's confused with his sexuality, like he doesn't know what it is, and everybody started cheering for him, and it was just like very warm and welcoming for that statement, and I thought that was really cool in a way, you know, to do it with your fans, which is such a scary, vulnerable way to do it in front of thousands of people, but he. he didn't answer the question, but I think there's so many people out there who don't know the answer to the question for themselves and can really relate to Shawn Mendes. So I thought it was cool of him to be that vulnerable and open. I mean, he's been picked apart for it his whole life. He kind of didn't have much of a choice but to talk about it at some point. But that's what comes with fame and having attention on you. They'll pick apart your sexuality. They'll pick apart your marriages. Everything. They'll pick apart your identities, how you dress, what your body looks like. Whether you talk about it or not, it will be picked apart. And like that is something you sacrifice for fame.
It's so true. And it's like the sad reality, like when you put yourself out there like that, it's just natural. That's just like the way of like the media. And it's like sad, but like you almost can't have that level of fame, that level of success without having speculation, because the speculation helps people stay relevant in a weird way as well. So like there's almost like a revolving door of it where it's like people like they want to know what's going on, they want to know the tea, they want to know the 411. So that's why they care about them. You know what I mean? Like they care about it because they want to know, because they're curious. So it just, there's a lot of bad that comes with the good.
You know what else I wanted to talk about? I was supposed to talk about in the beginning, but I forgot with my Pig and Pit. I watched Smile 2.
What'd you think?
I loved it.
Shut up.
I did. It good? It's really good. I would say. Was it scary? Yeah, very scary. Very scary. I would say it's just as scary as the first one. And they pick right where the first one ends, they pick right back up with the second one, and it's really, really good. Like, it's just enough scares, just enough pop scares, really good storyline. I thought they did a great job with it.
I actually really loved the first one.
Tell them how you saw the first one. I think it's the funniest story ever. I love this story.
I got tricked, you guys.
Manny doesn't like scary movies. Like, it's pretty scary.
It's scary. Like, it's definitely
Manny will watch something that's like medium.
I will. And the thing is, like, I'm good with like bodily gore. I'm so okay with that. What freaks me out is like the demons and the kukuis and the like freaking possession stuff. That's the stuff that I'm like, I'm good. Like, I'm not gonna watch that. Like, I'll pass.
It smells about a demon.
And it's about a demon. And I'm literally like, I'm cool with like murder. That sounds horrible.
Wait,
but
we're gonna make that a clip. I'm cool with like
murder.
Cool with I'm just gonna post that.
I put those on. I put those on. Like, I'm cool with it. No, but like I just like that for some reason. Like it feels more realistic. Like. In that way where it's like, it's real. Like, that can happen, yes. But, like, I think I'm scared of the unknown as well.
I'm more scared of the murdery stuff, like strangers, because for me, because it's real and it can happen, it scares me. But, like, the demons and the ghosts and all of that, I mean, a lot of people believe in that. I don't so much. So, for me, it's I have a disconnect.
Totally.
I have a Hollywood disconnect with
100%.
it.
Like, Paranormal Activity scares me.
Absolutely not.
Like, that scare the
jump scares scare me because it's a jump.
Yes, that's
or
what I
like
mean.
Like the music, you know.
Yes,
but I don't go home with like lingering fear.
Oh, see, I don't. I also, I guess, in that way, don't either. I think it's more so in the theater. Like,
but tell them how you saw how you got into seeing it.
Okay, so I was going with my friend Gabriel, who we've had on the podcast, Miss Gabby, and we were gonna go watch a movie. He got us tickets for like a movie. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll meet you there.
What were y'all going to see?
Girl, I don't remember.
It was I feel like
it was something like light. It was like probably like a rom-com or like something like so chill. I'm sitting in the theater, we're like watching the movie or the trailers, and the movie pops out, and I think it starts in like an insane asylum.
Manny was like, why are all the trailers
scary?
Yeah,
and I was like, oh my God, that looks like crazy. Like the trailers didn't make no sense for what the movie is. And then we start in like an insane asylum. I think that's how it starts in the first one. And I look at Gabriel, I'm like,
why are we watching?
There? And I literally was like, what the fuck are we watching? And he's like, Smile. And he goes like that. And I'm like,
he tricked Manny.
I was like, you're lying. And he's like, no, let's just watch it. We're already here. God. And I was like, I wasn't gonna be a little bitch and like leave in the middle of the theater. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch it. So I watched it, and I actually thought it was really scary, but it was well done. So I appreciated like how good it was.
It's a good movie.
But like, see, I'm like scared to watch the second one.
It's just as scary.
I was like, I'm scared to watch the second one.
They did just as good. Terrifier. Ty's talking about Terrifier. You guys, if you want to see the dumbest, goriest movie ever, I love Terrifier though. I love it for what it is. It's such a specific genre. It's camp horror. You know what I mean? Just like ridiculous. Like he like peels a woman's face off. Like you can't do that. Like you know what I mean? Like takes his hands like
yeah, and like he. Like, the third movie, the Terrifier 3, like, has grossed, like, 50 million worldwide.
It's just something about it. It's so ludicrous. Like the murders, and then the people will still be alive. Like,
No, like literally like
ridiculous.
animatronics, like fucking like.
It's ridiculous.
They're so.
See,
those movies are
Terrifier is not scary at all.
It's
to
more
me.
like sick.
Yeah, it's
I'm
more
like,
sick
this
to me.
is like
I do close my eyes just because it's gross.
Yeah, it's almost like too gross.
It's
at
so
times.
gross.
Where it's like when the little girl's like shitting herself and like crazy shit.
See, that's like so gross.
And also like they're like the only, no, not the only, but like there's, I believe that Terrifier 3 is the most grossed unrated movie of all time. Yes. Unrated like horror movie of all time.
And you know the budget is $3 for those
literally
movies. Baby.
It's literally just like guzzles and guzzles of blood.
Girl. And then
I know they're making coin.
And then the Joker crashed and bombed, and then you got Terrifier out here.
That's like this.
Doing the bare
They're
men.
the most ridiculous movies ever, you guys. Like, but just be forewarned, they're very sick.
Bitch, did you see that the Wayans brothers making another scary
Laura,
movie?
I screenshot it. I literally screenshot it because I was driving here. I was like, oh my God, in case Laura didn't see this, let me show her. I screenshot it.
I'm scared because of the way Hollywood is now. Like, it was just like dumb humor.
I know, and
you
it
know
was a
what
different
I mean?
time.
Just like pure dumbness, like ridiculousness. And I just don't know that they're going to be able to make it that silly.
Well, it's also because like things back then were not nearly as PC and like they were very.
Well,
like,
they shouldn't do that now.
No, right.
I
I'm just
agree
saying,
with
like,
that, but I'm just saying the dumb humor, like the comedy, like the basketball scene, and like whenever she's singing in the car. Do you remember? As we go on, and the singer's like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Like just ridiculous.
Yeah, just ridiculousness. I'm wondering, are they gonna be able to take it there?
I feel like, I mean, the Wayans brothers are so genius. Like
they are.
They're incredible, and I feel like they will be able to do it.
I hope it doesn't lose its luster.
That's like the part where I'm like,
the guy with the wheelchair, the strong hand where he sticks it in the mashed potatoes. Like, are they gonna bring that kind of comedy?
That's what
to
I need
it?
to see.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Like with The Exorcist, like this.
Right.
Like
flirting with and the priest is like, like that's what I need.
Like that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Because it's so, again, camp horror, but it's not actually like horror, which is funny because I didn't know it was comedy until like my adult life. Like Laura's the one that showed me a scary movie because I thought it was actually scary. Like I thought Scary Movie was a scary movie. So it wasn't until I watched it like literally with Laura and I was like, this is actually the funniest.
They make fun
ever.
of the biggest horror movies. So I wonder which ones they're gonna take on. You know, in the current times,
it's gonna be like.
What do you think? Like
Annabelle,
yeah,
like things like that.
Annabelle,
it'll be like
sure.
Annabelle. What are like huge? Like maybe Smile. Like they could.
I think Smile could definitely
pull that
be
one
it.
off.
They're definitely gonna fuck around with the Smile thing and it'd be like funny. Or like, what if like people are just smiling at them, they start killing everybody? Like I don't know, it'd be fun. Like you
have to make it funny. Like,
yeah,
I do feel like they'll be able to do it though. Like I have faith.
I want dumb comedy. I want it to just be like in your face stupidity.
Is that the one where it's like what's Anna Faris?
Yes.
It's like running away. It's like skeletons chasing her, and the other girl's behind her. She's like, "Oh, don't come over here,
like,
please."
Oh yeah, she's like, "Don't bring your white ass over here, please."
That just like that
Brenda.
audio, Brenda.
Oh, Brenda, don't bring your white ass over here.
Dude, that shit to me is so.
And then she's like, "Wait
funny.
a minute, I can whoop your ass," and she just starts beating the skeleton's ass.
Like that is magic.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's movie magic.
Like, so if they can do that, and also like those, but the people like the stars of it were magic. Like,
yeah,
can we have those kind of like
only
funny
if we
ass
get
people?
Anna Faris, actually,
Please.
Anna Faris.
Oh, yeah, Anna. Please come back.
Please,
like I'm begging.
Anna Faris is one of the funniest bitches in Hollywood.
I couldn't agree more. House Bunny,
girl,
are you absolutely freaking kidding me? Like all those movies are just so iconic and so good, and I just feel like they don't make them like that anymore.
They don't.
Like
they do not.
They don't. Was she in Just Friends by any chance?
Yes.
Or like something like that?
Yes, she's the girlfriend. The famous pop singer girlfriend.
Yeah.
Sorry. Remember she's
not really sorry.
Singing the song?
Yes, like she was funny in that too. Like she has like this very specific kind of funny where her eyes are like
yes.
Like it's too good.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Forgiveness. It's more like saying sorry.
And they're trying to like he's like trying to sign her or something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit is so funny. But I hope that it's like gonna be magic like that. Yes. I pray. Well, it needs to be.
And that wraps up this episode of Full Coverage.
And I just like literally like you.
All right, we're gonna go fight some bad guys now.
We're gonna go save some lives, take some names, and that is it for our I guess Halloween episode. Even though we're in November 1st.
Woo! Happy
great
Thanksgiving.
Time. I hope you guys had a great Halloween weekend or week. Thursday. The fact it's on Thursday.
It's not that bad. It's the fact that November's on Friday is really the problem.
That is crazy.
It's not that Halloween's on Thursday. It's that November is Friday.
Oh my God, you're so right. It's just like, like we were celebrating over the weekend. You know what I mean? Like the weekend before. So
everyone
it's like,
did the weekend before.
Girl,
I saw this funny meme. Although we need to go, it was so funny. It was like, just as a reminder, Halloween is October 31st. This coming Thursday, because
not this weekend,
because
bitch.
Everyone had already celebrated early. I was like, wow, this is so funny.
Well, that's just too bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just too damn bad. People work.
Let the children trick or treat, honey.
Yes. But anyway, guys, that's it for today's episode. Hope you guys have fun watching. And we'll see you next week for a special guest that we actually had. Ooh. And we're very, very excited to have him on.
Little sneak peek.
Yeah.
Bye guys.
Mwah.